We're joined by the great Dario Mollo. How are you today?
I'm fine, in studio.
Well, we're very excited about your new album with Glenn Hughes, but if you could take us back first and give us an idea of how you got into music. Who inspired you? How did you get started playing music?
In the most common way, a friend of mine during the high school played to me the Smoke on the Water riff. He blew me out, said, oh, I want to do this in my entire life. The most typical way, Smoke on the Water riff.
We must thank Richie Blackmore for that.
Yeah, my artistic dad.
Yeah, and to come full circle and be playing with Glenn Hughes, you know, Richie's singer and bass player is amazing. Now coming into music, at what age did you start playing, and at what age did you start composing your own music?
I started to play quite late. After the high school, I was about 17, 18. Seriously, start to play seriously at this age. Before just strumming acoustic guitar, nothing in particular. And yes, quite late. I start to write music from the beginning. I just started for learning to play some Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath songs. But after the first gig was 80% of original material. I just started from the beginning to play my own music.
That's great. Now, I know you've had an opportunity to play with so many great people over the years, but tell us a little bit about the 3 Cage albums that you've done with the Black Sabbath singer Tony Martin.
The first was in 1998. Tony was in my studio recording for another artist. I remember that I play him some of my songs with another singer, telling him this is the material, the song I'm doing right now. And Tony told me, oh, this is fantastic, please let me try to put my vocals on your stuff. And we did the first Cage album. Then Tony became a very close friend of mine. We carry on to doing a second Cage album and a third one. It's a very natural process, this one. After the first, we seen that we were quite compatible, artistically compatible together. The songs were not bad, so we carry on doing it.
Fantastic. Well, we love that music. It's all about a great collaborative partner. And please talk about, you know, meeting Glenn Hughes, of course, of great Deep Purple and Black Country Communion fame, and, you know, what it was about Glenn that you guys clicked, and what makes for a great collaboration with your band together, Voodoo Hill.
After the first Cage album, I just wondered that, yes, it is possible to ask to every singer, and maybe they accept or they don't. So I told my manager to contact Glenn, because I am a great Deep Purple fan, to contact Glenn to see if he was available for my record. And Glenn told to my manager, please send me the music, I will listen first and then I will decide. After the music, he said, okay, I like it, let's do it. And we did the first Voodoo Hill album. I couldn't believe this, how easy it was to have Glenn on this album. Then the second Voodoo Hill, I received an email from Glenn. He was asking me if I want to do another Voodoo Hill album. I said, oh yes, of course. And we did the second Wild Seed of Mother Earth album. And the third one, the last one, was just Serafino from Tears. That last year he called me, said me, Dario, what do you think about doing another Voodoo Hill album with Glenn? So I just already spoke with Glenn, and Glenn agreed to make the third album. So, oh yes, fantastic, I have all the tracks ready. We did this album very easily.
Fantastic. Well, it's an amazing album. It is Waterfall, and tell us about how the collaboration works. Glenn comes in and hears the music and writes the lyrics and performs the vocals to your production.
For the first two albums, Glenn, I sent him the backing tracks. Glenn composed the melodic line and the lyrics. Then he came over to my studio here in Italy, and he sang in a couple of days, because Glenn can sing an entire album plus all the backing vocals in just 1.5 days. That's unbelievable. For this album, Glenn preferred to record in LA, so I sent him the backing tracks. He recorded in his own personal studio and sent me back all the vocals. Then I put the vocals on the tracks here and did the mix. Is how it happens this time.
Sure. Well, yeah, with technology, you can really collaborate with anyone, you know, in the world, and it opens up more and more avenues. Now, what are you most proud of achieving with Waterfall, as far as any growth or development, either in your compositions or in your collaboration with Glenn?
I'm happy about in Waterfall. I'm happy about nearly everything. I'm quite satisfied of the result, because all the experience I have achieved in many years of studio production and composing and playing guitar is inside Waterfall album. Say, okay, what I have learned, I've been able to put in this album. In the previous one, there are many tracks that I really like, but when I listen after the album, say, oh, I could improve here and there. With this album, after the release, I don't know where I could improve. I'm quite satisfied. It's just the result of all the experience achieved in many years.
Well, I know that you continue to work with Tony Martin with his with the combo of Headless Cross. Are there any shows that you have planned with Glenn for Voodoo Hill?
I played with Tony a couple of years ago in Birmingham with Geoff Nichols on keyboards. It's been a great gig, and with Glenn, I sincerely, I don't know. I would like to form a band in the future with a quite famous singer, because it's very helpful to find gigs, and able to play material from all the album I have done, from The Cage, from Voodoo Hill, and join all together with a famous singer and perform this live. I don't think it will be possible with Glenn in the future. It should be a dream come true for me, but you know, the business is a different thing.
Sure. I know recording is one thing and touring is a whole nother animal.
Exactly.
Now, I know that with your studio there, Damage Inc., that you record, you've done work with Lacuna Coil and other artists. What mindset do you bring to helping other artists achieve their vision in recording?
Is another aspect of my artistic personality. I really like to produce bands. It's very easy for me to produce somebody else instead of producing my own stuff. I have a clear picture of how the album should sound at the end. I know how to deal with the musician, because I am a musician. I can create an ambience where they are comfortable and relaxed to play and to give their best. It's an aspect of my artistic career, the production, very important. I learn a lot from the production I'm doing regularly.
Fantastic. And all that you've been through, all that you've seen, you know, through the industry, What advice do you give to a young player or a young band or songwriter coming up today?
But having fun just for playing the music, and don't lose the faith because the business these days is very, very difficult. But if you enjoy just the essence of music, to express yourself, not to be successful, it's important to create something that comes from your mind and from your heart. And you have to enjoy this relaxed and no stress because the business is hard, you cannot achieve economical result from the beginning. So if you start with this attitude, it can be helpful for the business too. It's the only advice I can give. Having fun, enjoy the music you are doing, and stay with friends and create something magic. It's playing, it's something magic.
So do it for the love of it, and all other possible things may come.
Exactly this.
Well, Dario, it's a real pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your ideas. We love the album is Waterfall. Voodoo Hill is the band. And we thank you so much for your time. We'll spread the news here in America and all over the world.
Thank you very much indeed, Jay. It's been a pleasure for me too. Bye-bye.